What if I told you a single attack in Kashmir triggered the deadliest conflict between India and Pakistan since 1971? What if I told you over 200 fighter jets clashed in the skies within hours? What if I told you the world came within minutes of a nuclear nightmare and no one saw it coming? This is the story the world media only whispered about. This is the story of Operation Sindoor, Black Night, and the silent war rooms in Delhi and Rawalpindi. This is not just history, this is the truth you were never supposed to see. Part 1: The Spark, Pahalgam attack, April 22, 2025, 9:12 am. A tourist bus filled with 47 pilgrims, mostly Hindus, entered the valley of Pahalgam in Kashmir. At 9:14 and boom, a powerful IED exploded under the road. Within seconds, gunmen emerged from the forest. What followed was 14 minutes of horror. 27 civilians died, some burned alive, some shot. The attack was recorded and leaked online. A group called the Resistance Front claimed responsibility, but Indian intelligence traced it back to Jaish-e-Mohammed operating from across the border. Within hours, the Indian public demanded revenge. Newsrooms exploded. Hashtags like #StrikeBack and #Pahalgam Massacre trended globally. PM Modi convened an emergency meeting, and just 2 days later, India activated Operation Sindoor. Part 2: Operation Sindoor, May 7, 2025, 2:00 am. The world was asleep, but 47 Indian aircraft were in the air. Rafales, Su-30 MKIs, Mirages, and drones. Their mission? Destroy 7 high-value terrorist camps in POK and Punjab, Pakistan. At 2:22 am, the first missile hit. By 3:15 am, 3 terror bases were reduced to ashes. Pakistan's radar caught the intrusions too late. India lost 1 drone. Pakistan claimed it was a civilian area. India said it was a terror camp. The truth, caught in the smoke. But the real war hadn't started yet. Part 3: Pakistan strikes back. Within 18 hours, Pakistan retaliated. May 7th, Pakistani F-16s entered Indian airspace near Rajouri. They dropped bombs near Indian military positions. No casualties, but the message was clear: we will respond. By evening, dogfights erupted. Over 200 jets scrambled in total. India lost 3 jets. Pakistan lost 2. Both sides claimed victories. Both sides lost pilots. Social media went dark. The border lit up, and the whole world held its breath. Part 4: Inside the War Rooms, Delhi. PM Modi, NSA Doval, IAF Chief Chaudhary monitoring every radar, every report. Rawalpindi, COA's General Asam Munia, ISI, and Air Chief Zahir HMMED deciding how far to go. Nuclear options were placed on readiness mode by both sides. But something strange happened. Pakistan's own citizens started protesting. In Lahore and Karachi, people shouted, "We want peace, not war." Meanwhile, hackers from both countries launched cyber attacks. Indian ATMs glitched. Pakistani media channels blacked out. The war had reached the digital battlefield. This was about survival.
Part 5. Ground Zero. In Amritsar, a school was hit by shrapnel. In Muzaffarabad, a hospital ran out of power. Over 60 civilians on both sides died in just 48 hours. The line of control became a line of fire. Media was banned from the front lines. But videos leaked families digging bunkers, soldiers carrying wounded children. People realized this wasn't just about revenge. This was about survival. Part 6. The Turning Point, May 8, 2025. India detected unusual activity in Pakistan's Bahawalpur sector. Mobile missile units were on the move. Indian satellites captured it. The US and China were notified. Washington called both Delhi and Islamabad. So did Beijing. The world was one misstep away from global disaster. But India made a bold choice. A second wave of strikes inside Pakistan's Punjab was launched. This time, not just terror camps, but a direct strike on a Pakistani army depot. The message: we will not stop. Pakistan prepared its retaliation. But then, something broke the cycle. Part 7. The whispered call. Sources say a midnight call between UAE diplomats, the CIA, and India's NSA broke the deadlock. Back-channel talks opened. Israel offered satellite intel. Saudi Arabia offered peace terms. France supported India's counter-terror stance. Russia stayed neutral. And for 72 hours, missiles went silent. Part 8. The hidden truth and fallout. More than 300 people died. India never admitted it publicly, Pakistan never released full numbers, but international satellites recorded over 40 direct strikes in just 3 days. Some say a nuclear test was silently conducted underwater. Pakistan's economy collapsed further. The rupee touched record lows. IMF talks failed. Internal revolts started in Baluchistan and Sindh. The Pakistani army had to control cities. Meanwhile, India gained massive support from the global south. Strategic alliances strengthened with Vietnam, Japan, and France. The US didn't officially support either side but supplied intel to prevent nuclear escalation. China warned both sides but stayed out militarily, fearing global backlash. Pakistan, though still alive, was deeply wounded, politically, economically, militarily. Part 9. What's next? Will Pakistan survive this decade? Can India rule over it? No. That's not how the world works now. But one thing is clear: Pakistan may never recover from this war. And the world has learned nuclear powers can go to war. Even in 2025, borders divide land, but war divides humanity. This wasn't a victory. It wasn't a defeat. It was a warning. For every leader, for every citizen, for every future. Will we learn before it's too late? This was the war you never saw. This was India versus Pakistan minus 2025. Part 10. The fall of the border hook. What happens when the line of control becomes a line of fire? As Indian forces pushed deeper into Pak, thousands of civilians fled, creating a humanitarian crisis. Meanwhile, Pakistan's military command collapsed in Azad Kashmir. Rebel groups within Pakistan began fighting each other. A secret video emerged: Pakistani generals begging China for urgent help. But Beijing stayed silent because they had their own agenda. Cliffhanger. A Chinese warship entered the Arabian Sea, but was it to help Pakistan or control it? Part 11. China's hidden move hook. What if China never wanted to save Pakistan but replace it? As chaos engulfed Islamabad, Chinese intelligence agents took control of critical ports in Gwadar. They weren't allies anymore. They were occupiers. Back-channel reports claimed China struck a deal with the Taliban to surround Pakistan from both sides. And India? Watching. Waiting. Cliffhanger. A US drone spotted nuclear missiles being moved. But by whom? Part 12. The world on fire hook. When 3 nuclear powers collide, does humanity even stand a chance? With Pakistan's nukes unstable, the UN called for emergency de-escalation. But India had a plan: full disarmament of Pakistan. The US deployed a fleet to the Indian Ocean. Russia remained silent. China doubled down. World War III was not a theory anymore, it was a calendar date. Cliffhanger. A nuclear submarine disappeared near Karachi. And it wasn't Indian, Chinese, or American. Part 13. Reign of the South Hook. If Pakistan falls, who rules its ashes? India seized complete control of Balochistan. Pakistan was no longer a country, it was a battlefield for foreign powers. The Taliban rose in Khyber. China ruled Gwadar. India took Pak. And Delhi celebrated. But the people? Starving. Terrified. Cliffhanger. A new insurgency started in Lahore, waving the flag of a forgotten empire. Part 14. The Forgotten Files hook. What if everything was planned years ago? Declassified documents revealed that global powers predicted this war in 2021. A leaked CIA memo titled Final Partition revealed shocking details: the map of New Pakistan, the deal between US and India, the betrayal of democracy. Nothing was accidental. Cliffhanger. The last line of the memo read, India will rule, but not as a nation. Part 15. The last day of Pakistan hook. On May 29, 2025, the map of the world changed forever. Pakistan officially ceased to exist. Its territories split. India absorbed Pak. China held Gwadar. The Taliban took over Peshawar. Millions of refugees flooded into Iran and Afghanistan. The green flag lowered. And yet, something darker was coming. A child picked up a broken Pakistani flag and whispered, "This is not over."
Part 16. The child with the flag. What if one child reignited a nation? He was just 11, but his video went viral in every corner of the world. Wearing torn clothes, holding a burnt Pakistani flag, he said, "We may have lost the land, but not the soul." Within days, underground groups in London, Istanbul, and Dubai started a secret mission to bring Pakistan back. Their leader? A woman no one expected. The daughter of Pakistan's last Prime Minister. Part 17. The Secret Rebellion. What if Pakistan never died, it went underground? A digital resistance called Peace Storm hacked Indian satellites, jammed communication towers, and released hidden war crimes footage. India's image on the global stage began to crack. Even Indian citizens started asking, are we liberators or invaders? In the shadows of Karachi, the rebellion declared a new capital, Free Pakistan. 2. Part 18, India's Dilemma. What if victory became India's biggest burden? The Indian economy was collapsing under war costs. International sanctions hit. Allies backed off. Riots started in Mumbai. Farmers in Punjab demanded demilitarization. For the first time, India feared itself. The Indian army received an order they never thought possible. Withdraw from POK, Part 19, the China betrayal, and what if China was never India's friend either? China used the chaos to infiltrate Nepal and Bhutan. They declared Asia's new order with China as supreme ruler. Now, India had enemies on all borders. Chinese drones dropped leaflets over Delhi. Next is you. Part 20, USA's master plan. What if America wanted the war? From the start, leaked emails between Pentagon and Indian intelligence revealed the USA secretly armed both India and Pakistan. Why? Because a destabilized South Asia meant more power for America. It was never about freedom. It was about control. The email's subject line read, Operation Puppet Strings Active Part 21, the rebirth of the green a nation may fall, but an idea can't be erased. Free Pakistan 2.0 declared itself an independent digital state. 30 million exiled Pakistanis across the globe donated to its rebirth. They launched their own currency, their own army, their own internet. It was not a country of land, but a country of code. The rebellion's leader appeared on global news and said, "This time, we won't fight with guns, the end or the beginning." If borders mean nothing in a digital world, who truly wins? India, exhausted. Pakistan, reborn online. China, expanding. And America, watching, smiling. But the people, broken, divided. A new kind of war was coming, not for land, not for oil, but for truth. Final line, welcome to World War Zero. Subscribe because this isn't a story. This is our future.